Welcome back everybody to Forza Motorsport 7, continuing on with the career mode on the Masters Championship, and yeah, today we're going to be doing all 4 showcases on this episode in the Masters Championship. So yeah, the first one's going to be the factory spec racing in the Mercedes-AMG CLK GTR. So it's one lap against other cars that are the exact same kind. So let's get going and see exactly what's going to be happening. So yeah, I'm not sure what track we're on. Yeah, right, we're at Hockenheimring, full circuit for 5 laps, 2.84 miles
The
a
Germans
lap.
take their engineering and their technology and their quality very seriously. So, you know, any good German car is going to have all those facets. They take how a car works and the pleasure it brings you very seriously. So, you know, you're going to get all of those factors wrapped into a good German car that is going to be well built. It's going to be stylish. It's going to probably have a motorsports history because they love their racing, they love their competition. But it will also be fun to drive and something that the driver will connect with.
Okay then, so let's get started. So yeah, doing these showcase events obviously gives you the car once you've completed it, which is always a good thing. Outside, and we've got the inside corner for the next corner. The inside line for the next corner, should I say. Now obviously all these cars are identical, so it's going to come down to skill rather than speed and handling. This car is a really good car even when stock, so it's not even a car you really need to get used to because it's so good to start with. Probably one of the easiest 90s racing cars to get used to. Solid position as we go into the second lap. You can see the AI do struggle on some circuits, needlessly breaking through a few of those corners there. Hopefully the AI does improve over time, but generally they've been quite similar for the last couple of games. but they're far more consistent than they used to be, as you can see by the fact that he's way ahead of me once again. But they seem to lack that finesse that you can, that a human driver would give it. There's absolutely no reason to brake there. That off the accelerator, yes, maybe, but no reason to brake. Which is why I'm easily able to overtake, because I kept the speed up. Right, second to last lap. Unfortunately, it looks like we're more like hot lapping now than we were racing, because we have a fairly sizable lead. Daisy. Yeah, this car's great when you're going properly quick, because obviously the downforce is working at its peak, but slower corners that are, still quite quick for even a normal car, but obviously not quick enough for the downforce to work, where this car is let down really. Which is not to say it's bad, but obviously if you're entirely thinking about what you're doing, it can easily snap out on you. Get bags of oversteer. Like that, for instance. was a fairly easy race, to be honest. But at least, you know, it gives us extra points. We've got a new car in our garage. Should get a decent amount of money out of it for being a 5-lap race. So yeah, we'll see you when we get onto the next showcase event. Right, now we're going to be doing the Ford SVT Cobra Hoonigan Autocross. So let's see what this one's all about.
Well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of American muscle. I mean, when I came here, I bought my American muscle car before I even bought my house. You get the most bang for your buck with American muscle. I think that's what it's all about. It's about delete, 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 massive engine. Everything else is delete, but just make sure you've got the big V8 engine in it.
Alright, so at Homestead Road Circuit for the single lap, obviously, because it's an autocross, but it's 2.21 miles. So yeah, we're going to do it in under 2 minutes 35 to get the car and get the win. So let's start. So yeah, this is one of my favourite Mustangs as well, to be honest. Certainly made up for some weaker models previously. Got to be extra careful through these bits. Got to balance speed and precision. Too slow doing this stuff, you'll never complete it in time. Too quick, you'll end up missing a gate or hitting a gate and losing time. So, you know, it's got the fine balance. Even more of a fine balance when you're in a rear-wheel drive muscle car. Admittedly, one of the better handling rear-wheel drive muscle cars. But it is one nonetheless. Extremely close there. Oh damn. Rewind that. And we've got 20 seconds. Do it. Oh, I have to restart this. Yeah, it's a tough one. Well, we're not massively far off, only 7 seconds, so let's try it one more time. We've learnt our lesson. I.e., be a little bit quicker when we can. Yeah, give me the money, give me the experience, la. Right, let's go again. use this car in Forza Vista, you know, open it all up, etc. I'm definitely going to do a review on it because yeah, it's absolute revelation compared to the previous like SVT Cobras, etc. that had a decent amount of power, had the kind of looks, but handling wise really didn't rival this. It's proven by how well it's doing here. I say well, but we understeered there, but that was my fault mainly. One thing I wish Forza would do is let us be more precise with where we want to rewind and restart. Damn it. Trying to get every little millisecond I can. Doing stupid shit like that is obviously not beneficial. Again, overcooking it, getting a bit too reckless, as it were. Cannot afford a 5-second penalty. Not once can you afford it. There by the time. If we don't do it this time, then I'll have to do it at my own time because I don't want to be boring you guys by trying it constantly. Yeah, we ain't gonna do it. Well, it's faster than it was last time, but as you can see, we're just over a second. Well, nearly 2 seconds worse than we should be. But, yeah. That's alright. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. I'll do that in my own time, like I said. But it's perfectly doable. I just have to be a bit less cautious and a bit more brave for the quicker parts. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Right, now we're going to be doing the high-speed chase in the Nissan Skyline. So let's see what this one's all about.
You have to win. You have to win. I mean, if you're a brand that basically is associated with racing or being on the track, if you're a performance brand, there's no point going racing if you're not winning.
So yeah, we're in the racing Nissan Skyline. I actually did a review of this in back in Forza Motorsport 6, I think it was, because I was impressed by how good it was, which is not something I often am impressed by, is racing cars. But yeah, this one impressed me. I think it's front wheel drive, but it really doesn't feel like it. So yeah, this is a passing challenge. I have to pass a certain amount of skylines in this one. Past and present, I think it is. Yeah. A new one, I can see we've got an 80s one. Racing, more normal racing version of it. So there goes the old one. There goes the 80s one. There goes the early 90s one. Early 2000s, I think. And then 2017. Yeah, look where the exhaust come out the front. There goes a racing car. Never heard of a front-wheel drive version of a racing car like this. Only the rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Never knew they did front-wheel drive versions, but as you can see, it does not handle like a front-wheel drive car at all. It was actually oversteering there. Expect it to understeer. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to cheat. I want to do this properly. Because it is a racing car, I'm not used to this kind of handling. Or having to deal with a car that's obviously inferior in terms of braking. It's clean enough. Are we gonna do it? Just, oh, that was close. I know we bashed into the newer GTR a little bit there, but that more slowed us down than anything. That was extremely close. Look at that for a total time, even against the 1971 GTR. Less than 2.2 of a second there. That was close. But yeah, let's move on to the final showcase. I know we haven't done all of them with the autocross one not going all that well, but let's see what we can do in the next one. Alright, finally we're going to do Moments in Motorsport, Vintage GT Racing. So let's see what this one's all about for the final showcase. Again, I know I've only done 3 if I win this one, but again, can't always win them. I'm not boring you with multiple autocross racing. Right, so Circuit de Catalunya, Grand Prix circuit.
Clean lines. They like to keep it kind of classy, clean lines. The cars are all evolutions of each other. If you look at the entire Aston Martin lineup throughout history, they have a very consistent design language that has really, really seen its way all the way through to the newest cars.
I agree with that. Especially if you consider how curvy this DBR1 is. And how curvy a new Aston Martin is. They've kind of kept that kind of thing going. But yeah, so yeah, 6 laps at Circuit de Catalunya, Grand Prix circuit, 2.89 miles a lap. So bit of a long race this one, but let's get going. Always like this DBR1. So hopefully it'll do well. Obviously we're up against other racing cars from the 50s and 60s. Consider in terms of straight line speed, this is easily one of the fastest here on the Jaguar D-Type. Nice variety of cars here as well. Got a Maserati and a Mercedes next to us. We've got a Porsche and a Lotus in front of them, beyond them. We've got a Ferrari and a Jag behind. That's what I like about this game so much, is that in terms of classic racing cars we now have the widest variety of any Forza game. Hopefully it'll get even more expansive with future DLCs. Imagine these cars are upgraded slightly, which is why that Lotus Elan is able to keep so far ahead. Otherwise, I imagine it would be outclassed. Certainly not the most powerful car here in stock form. Probably the least powerful one, in fact. It's also probably one of the lightest. From that Nissan GTR racing car to this is a bit of a leap, quite frankly. I prefer this Aston Martin any day of the week, to be honest. What is up front? So they're keeping a fair distance between 8th and 2nd place. Easily gaining on the Porsche. What we're going to do about this big American V8 that's right in front of us. The Shelby Cobra. I'd be surprised if it was a Shelby Daytona that was up front. They're pretty quick. Certainly a more challenging race than it was in the Mercedes. As I've always said, older cars aren't as quick as newer vehicles. Always produce better racing as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it is a Daytona. Side by side of Maserati, and there we go. Surprised the Jag D-Type isn't further up, to be honest though. Be similar to this. we've certainly gained somewhat on the Shelby, but it's still some way ahead. Probably more powerful than we are. Probably doesn't weigh all that much more either, so it's got a lot going for it. I imagine the handling will be worse. Despite it being newer than I am. Who has a straight line speed? Imagine the Shelby. Yeah, there it comes. So damn quick. Even by today's standards, those cars are lightning quick. Far enough ahead of it to make up for the slack of speed that I have on that final bit. Because it will overtake me even if we're only slightly ahead. It's a rocket ship, look at it, it's just going and going. To be in the top 3 to win the showcase, but I'm enjoying this too much to just let it go. Maserati's come out of nowhere and regained some ground. Final hope is these couple of chicanes. Oh, chicane, should I say. Will this be enough? Come on. Yeah, that was incredible race that was. Really enjoyed that. Far better than that Mercedes one. Again, just goes to show that older classic races can be just as much fun as newer ones. So yeah, there we go. Sorry I didn't get the Mustang autocross one done. We only came ever so slightly close to doing it. Less than a second off, but that's just the way it goes. Sometimes those autocross ones are pretty tough, especially when you're in a powerful rear-wheel drive muscle car. But nonetheless, that's been a fun episode. Easily one of the longest Forza episodes we've done for a while. But that's cleaned up the majority of the showcase events. I'll do the Mustang one in my own time, but you might well see that car at a later date. But nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.